Prithvi is in his room. He wakes up with a severe pain in his head and is happy that he won the competition from Karen. He wonders where his mobile is, so picking it up is shocked to see that Karen cheated with him. He realizes that Preeta was trying to question him regarding the truth, so he is worried if he might under the influence had revealed the truth. He sees that Sherlyn is poking him, so gets angry with Sherlyn, but then realizes that they were trying to save him. He gets angry with Preeta for trying to understand his truth, saying that no one can come to know of the truth until he reveals it. Prithvi then gets a message from Pawan, who mentions that he was not able to find him and has come to the Luthra mansion. Prithvi wonders why is he in the Luthra mansion. Mahesh is restlessly pointing at the door, saying that he was being followed and there is someone there. However, Karen exclaims that it is just his mind. The doctor helps him sit on the chair and starts giving him the medical aid. Rocky questions what has happened to him. Prithvi gets shocked seeing Mahesh and prays that he goes in the coma once again, because if it does not happen, then he would have to kill him. He looks to Sherlyn, who signals him towards Pawan, who is hiding, which worries Prithvi. Rocky asks the doctor what happened with Mahesh because was fine just a while ago. Prithvi looks at Sherlyn, who signals to the other side of the wall where he sees Pawan hiding. He then looks at Mahesh, who tries to run away. Mahesh falls when Rocky asks Shristi to bring some water for him. Mahesh is constantly looking at Pawan. He starts drinking the water and looks at Mahira, who is worried, and then Sherlyn signals Mahira to walk away. Janki is talking with Ganesh, not believing what he is saying. Sarla comes back exclaiming that the neighbors apply a lot of color, but they cannot even say anything to them. She asks Janki why is she crying with a smile. She asks her to talk with Ganesh. Sarla takes the mobile in her hand, asking Ganesh if everything is alright in the Luthra house. He explains that Mahesh has woken from the coma, so everyone is with him. Sarla also gets happy, then asks Janki to make something sweet as they would take it and greet the Luthra family. She starts crying, thinking that Mahesh is the only one who knows the truth and can end the misunderstanding that exists between their families. The Luthra family is trying to calm Mahesh, however he stands up pointing to Prithvi, but they cannot understand, and Mahesh asks Karen, who is trying to harm his family, he must tell the name so he can harm the person who is responsible. Karen asks Suresh to take Mahesh inside. Prithvi along with Sherlyn and Mahira are delighted. Karen asks the doctor, who says that the medicine which was given to Mahesh did its wonders but has left a side effect because he has woken from the coma, however has started to forget the things, and they must not think that it is permanent, as he would sometimes remember and speak them. This situation would also end after some time. Prithvi signals Pawan to run. Karen is standing when he gets the call from the ACP, who asks if all the family member are present with him. He then asks Karen to place the mobile on the speaker. He advises them to not apply any color or walk out of their house because certain chemicals are mixed that cause a lot of problems. He says that it is not a threat of the police officer but a warning from a citizen because he does not want the police to come and not able to arrest anyone. He has only one rule, that when the police arrive, the criminal should arrive. Karen asks everyone to not pay any importance and leaves to be with Mahesh. Kritika is really tensed when Preeta also walks behind him. Pawan greets Prithvi, who hugs him, asking what is he doing here. Pawan says that their mother told him that he was in the Luthra house, so came to meet him. They both wish each other holy, and also Pawan applies the color. Pawan asks Prithvi why did he not inform him about Mahesh. Prithvi accepts that it was his fault because he forgot, and it was opportune that he forgot at the last moment, otherwise they would have gotten In a big trouble, Prithvi reveals how he remembers everything and cannot forget it, but he wants that Pawan forget it, as he does not want him to live in such horror, because he would do anything for his brother. Prithvi says that he would make the Luthras for what they did to him and Sherlin, causing them to come on the road with what they have done to them. Prithvi asks Pawan to leave. He turns but then once again hugs him before leaving. Prithvi is crying when Sherlin comes asking what the reason is. He says that they are nothing as compared to the cries which the Luthras would have to bear. Sherlin says that it would only happen when he gets out of Preeta's trap. He remembers that Preeta was questioning him for the truth and then exclaims that she has crossed all the limits and he would not forgive her. Sherlin explains that there is something else because the injection which she gave to Mahesh was left with him and Suresh found it. She saw him give it to some man in order to find about the medicine. However, she asks him to not worry as she has taken care of the situation. Prithvi then mentions there is something else and they have to worry about the ACP. Preeta is with Kritika, who says that she is really worried about what would happen. Preeta says that she does not have to worry about anything as she did not even went close to the hotel inn. Preeta was the one with him, but Kritika is worried and asks Preeta why is she tensed. Preeta explains that there are cameras in the hotel. Preeta also explains that all the hotels have the cameras installed which the ACP can see. Kritika says that there is something else, and it is that when Preeta in her self-defense hit Akshay, then it would have been the proof which the ACP was talking about. Prithvi also explains that there is nothing to worry about. They plan to destroy the footage before the ACP gets his hands on it. Kritika also advises Preeta that they should leave and destroy the footage. Prithvi is about to leave when Sherlin comes to sit with him. He asks what is she doing. She reveals that she would go with him as he always ruins their plans. Prithvi asks what does she have in her hands. Sherlin reveals that it is the dress which Rocky gifted her. She has not even opened it. Prithvi asks what would they do with it. She reveals he would wear it and cover his face with the dupatta so the evidence which he left the last time could be deleted. She asks him to speed up, otherwise someone would see them standing. Kritika asks Preeta as she is dressed properly. Preeta explains she is looking exactly like a manager and should not be nervous, as it might ruin the plan. Kritika explains that she is only nervous around the police. Preeta requests her to be quiet and heads into the staff room. The police inspector explains that the ACP is not working as this is his first Holi. The constable asks if they are not worthy to celebrate the Holi. He mentions the orders of the ACP. He vowed to not rest until they get the culprit if any clue is attained relating to the murder. He asks the receptionist that they need the recording. She therefore calls the employee. Sherlin stands in front of the staff room calling Prithvi. He angrily comes saying he is not happy because he had to shave his beard because of her plan. He asks for the suit so he can change, however she explains that she has booked a room. Prithvi gets and asking why she booked the room in the same hotel. Sherlin mentions that she has used a fake ID, so leaves with him. Preeta walks out of the staff room with her veil, thinking that she should destroy the evidence as soon as possible. Sherlin and Prithvi walk towards their room. Preeta walks out of the staff room. She stops a waiter asking about the CCTV room. He however apologizes, saying that she would have to ask the manager. Kritika comes out with the sari asking the waiter to show her everything because she needs to check if the operations are going smoothly. He gets worried about Preeta, so asks why she is coming. Then Kritika asks him to hurry up. Sherlin is standing at the hall. Then asks Prithvi to come out. He comes dressed as a woman, mentioning that he is Preeti. She asks him to not act like this because he has to delete the footage of the past 3 days. Prithvi asks her to wait and questions what will she wear. However, Sherlyn mentions that she will wait in the hall so no one follows him. Preeta and Kritika are walking with the waiter when he thinks that there is something wrong, so he should take them to the manager's office. He moves ahead of the CCTV room. They both stop, but he asks them to follow him. Preeta and Kritika wonder if he has gotten suspicion of their plan. Preeta asks Kritika to follow the waiter while she would follow the waiter. Prithvi explains that there is something which the operator can give him. He asks what does he want from him. Prithvi explains that he wants him to delete the camera footage of the past 3 days. However, the operator asks if she thinks he will take the bribe because he is not such a person and would never take the bribe. He is sure that she has some relation to the murder of Akshay, which is why she is trying to bribe him. He pushes the alarm, which starts ringing in the entire hotel. The police gets worried that murderer might have reached the room before them, so they start running, which worries Sherlyn as she thinks Prithvi might get caught. There is a knock on the door, so the operator opens it. Preeta is standing in the burqa. He asks since when do the police hide their face. He then runs outside. Prithvi gets the chance to delete the footage and he runs from the window. Preeta also sits but is amazed because there is no footage. The police enter the room but are worried. They question the operator about the cloths and identity of the 2 women. He, however, explains that they both were covering their faces. The waiter also comes informing them of Preeta and Kritika. Inspector orders the constable to check each and every door of the hotel. Prithvi is running when Sherlyn pulls him aside. Preeta is also walking when Kritika meets her. Then Preeta explains that someone has already deleted the footage of the past 3 days and the work which they had come to finish had already been performed. Kritika then mentions they should leave because it is really dangerous. Kritika, while walking, sees Sherlyn, so turns out informing that she has seen, but Preeta pulls her, saying that they would talk about it later. The inspector orders his men to search the hotel. Kritika explains that if she has seen Sherlyn, then she would have also seen her. She would be able to conclude that she has something to do with Akshay's murder. Preeta informs her that if anyone asks her about the day when Akshay was murdered, she should deny even coming to the office. She should not say the truth even if anyone proves that she came to the hotel. Preeta explains that she does not want her name to come, otherwise it would create a really bad situation. Kritika questions what is she saying. Preeta says that if she accepts, then they would make her the accomplice. She does not know if Akshay died because of her retaliation, then they would arrest her, but she cannot accept anything. Kritika then mentions that she hit Akshay because of her videos, so should not be worried. Preeta informs her to never speak the truth to anyone, because if they come to know that she had hit Akshay, then the reason would also be revealed. Kritika hugs Preeta, who informs her to never speak the truth and only speak what she is said to. Kritika asks why does she think the police would be relate her to the murder of Akshay. Kritika explains that she has seen Sherlyn. Preeta, however, mentions that she might be mistaken. Kritika is sure, then Preeta explains she has a plan and they would go back to their house using a shortcut to see if Sherlyn is there, then their suspicion would be proved true. Sherlyn is walking with Prithvi. She says that he should not be worried because she has asked the reception and the police have gone away. Sherlyn then reveals she saw Kritika in the hotel, however Prithvi explains that she is wrong as Kritika is in the Luthra mansion. He says she should not be worried because they have deleted the footage. ACP Bandra in anger asks why they called him because he was about to murder his friend. They are worried. He says that his friend has applied such strong colors that they are not getting out, so if he is not able to remove them, then would surely kill him. ACP heads into his office where a person is waiting for him. He explains that he works as a cleaner at the hotel where Akshay died and is working the night shift. He saw two people who came to meet him but were not staying at the hotel. ACP asks the constable to show the photo when the worker points to one of the photo. He mentions that he is also suspicious of the person, so now they would play special Holi with them. Kritika asks Preeta if she has found her. They both reveal that Sherlyn is not present in the house. Kritika is sure that she would then be on the hotel, as she is sure. They then go to check the kitchen, which is the last place. They do not even see her Saturn, but Sherlyn, coming from the side, asks if they are looking for her, which amazes them both.